All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Andrea Mason, your global voice, motivational speaker, certified under the mentorship of the Mr. Brown. And today I am sharing this amazing platform with my cohort as she has been graciously able to grace us with her presence. And I am excited for her to have us aboard and invite me aboard. I'm going to turn it over to Miss Julia Marie. There we go.
Well, hello, I'm Julie Marie, and I'm an herbal therapist.
Go ahead, my dear, you're on.
I'm an herbal therapist, and I'm Julie Marie.
Okay, Julia, so tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and what your mission and your mission. Go ahead.
Well, my mission in life is to help everybody with anxiety and fatigue and stress. That's when that brings all kids, children, babies, because you have no stress. What can we as adults find a relaxation and let stress for ourselves? And that's kind of what I do, help you on your path to wellness. Your mental well-being is like a necessity to a better world. Happier humans, happier world, happier hormones, just be happy. You know?
Excellent. So, Julia, tell us. So, you had shared with us about what you do and what's important to you. I would love for you to tell us your story on how you came to where you are today. And if you would be so kind, just turn your volume up a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, Julia Marie with her story. Take it away.
You see my face? You see how it's so hard to keep on camera? When I was 12 years old, I was hit by a car. I'm a brain injury survivor. And I was hit by a car right there. I hit my forehead. I had a brain injury. My frontal lobe kind of fell balance. And it was super fun because I can't be on camera with living straight face. So, you gotta embrace the flaws and embrace it, make it work for you. How I got here is just embracing my flaws. You can't fix straight. Be yourself person and everything. So be yourself. Normal. Only that's normal is you.
All right, excellent. So, yes, so Julia has a beautiful smile, a beautiful spirit, and she has a lot to offer. So, on the post that was created, it says to get dirty with herbalist Julia Marie. So, I'd like you to shine a light upon that and share with us what
Oh,
it is. So, tell me about your journey as well as what had gotten you started on Topical Herbals and Fruityz. And if you could go so kind again, if you could just turn up your mic a little bit. We got a little bit of feedback. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back to Miss Julia.
alright. Well, getting dirty. Getting dirty. You know, I'm a Scorpio. I'm from the earth. And that's just how I roll. And with that comes that I love being in the garden. And you read all these studies that say being in the garden and growing your own garden is good for your mind, it's good for your well-being, it's good for your stress. So get in the garden, and it's always good to know what you're growing because it can have medicinal value to you. And I'm not just talking about marijuana. I'm talking about some cat claw, and I'm talking about some oregano and basil and sage. Things that help you relax. And those things can be used topically too. That can help improve everything in your body. And it all starts in your mind. Did you know your epidermis? Yeah, epidermis is your largest organ. So don't you think that better health and better nutrition for skin or epidermis would improve the function of the inside of our body? inside your thyroid, inside your hormones, you know? And you eat so much crap, eat some good stuff to counteract that, you know? It's all about balance. Like, for example, I eat ice cream. Ice cream's my addiction. I love ice cream. So I gave myself a promise when I was younger. Either you're going to eat ice cream for the rest of your life or you're going to eat cake. Pick your addiction wisely. Pick your poison wisely. You know what I mean? So I'm addicted to ice cream. I love ice cream, but it makes me fat. And there's other ingredients that can be added to that, which is a whole other situation. Oh my god. So, yeah. So with the ice cream, I add cinnamon to it. I put cinnamon on all over my ice cream because the cinnamon in turn will speed up my metabolism and to make the ice cream go through me faster and will make my body hold on to the stupid calories. I really don't want to kill calories. And I want them to leave my body. Cinnamon will help improve your metabolism to help that happen. You know? Now, there's staff things that are ingredient in these items that are also herbal, like carrageenan, which is an algae, which gives you bad intestinal flow. And you can get into all that too, but that affects your hormones. And that's found in ice creams. So you gotta pick your poisons wisely. And you can put them on your face and you'll be in happy place. And yeah, so, as you can see, I'm an herbal therapist, so I bounce around everywhere. It's just managing the thoughts.
Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Who would have thought with the love ice cream, you can actually use those ingredients all upon your face to cleanse and hydrate and
Mm-hmm.
exfoliate. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, so Julia has connected with me, and we are doing this live to educate people. Like I said, as the commitment to plant the seed in your life of holistic herbal medication, medicinal purposes for hydration, for beauty, for peace, for calm and serenity. And what I do is I'm an accountability coach where I help individuals achieve personal freedom and by with the healing power of forgiveness and get them to where they need to be with their goals, dreams, and aspirations. So, a little bit about me is that I believe that it is important not only to take care of your mind, body, soul, and spirit, but also, as Julia Marie had mentioned, your external temple. Your body is a temple to make sure that you have the ability to feel alive and be vibrant both in and outside. Because when you feel good inside, it shows on the outside. That's what's most important. So we're going to go back to Miss Julia, and she's going to share with us what her message is with the world and her mission and what she is able and capable of doing to make sure that we are educated and knowledgeable, because a lot of us purchase items in the stores or over the counter that say organic, that say that they're natural. But Miss Julia has some insights on that, and I'm going to turn it over to her. Miss Julia, I'm going to have you educate us and inform us about what makes your mission and message and your business so important. Why should they know? Why should they care? And what it is about you? So, Miss Julia, if you can, I'm coming to return you back, and I'm going to have you unmute your mic and speak a little bit louder so the audience can hear you. Right back to you.
Well, hello. Yes, my mission is to help people be able to find happiness. Happiness is a word that we all think, we can find and have, but it's really hard to actually have. So, happiness, being grateful, being in the moment, and having the right chemical balances in your brain so that you can do that without having a heart attack or freaking out over things you can't control. So, just helping people find more peace in their lives because the world today is just chaotic. And, people with panic attacks and people with stress and people with anxiety and people with hormone issues and thyroid dysfunction and stuff like that, it's really hard for them to manage their emotions and their you're putting on that application of top herbal on your face, you can help put yourself in a better place because you're providing those minerals and herbs that your body and your mind needs to help balance itself, like aromatase enzyme inhibitors. That's right. So, and there's so much more, you know? It's all about what you're feeling in your body that gives you the reaction to you feel.
So, Julia, let us know, how would somebody get started? What would be the basics that they would benefit from? What would be some ingredients to have in their home to start as a foundation base? And what mindset? And what are the basic top three steps you would say to comply and to follow with in the lifestyle of, you know, topical herbals, fruities? Elaborate on that, and please let me know and let us know 3 points for beginners on how they should start. Back to you.
Make more green tea, eat more oatmeal, and take more raspberries. Raspberries help the body produce what it needs to help the body absorb more vitamin D from the sun. Because we're not getting enough vitamin D, we're not getting enough sun. It doesn't only happen because we don't spend enough time in the sun, but how our body synthesizing and keeping in that sun that we're exposing ourselves to. The green tea helps with the antioxidants. And also, along with green tea is dark chocolate. Dark chocolate and green tea in the morning for breakfast is excellent for your mind, for your hormones, for your mentality, and for your happiness. I love coffee for breakfast. So anyways, have yourself some more tea. That's really it. Antioxidants, green tea, oatmeal, and raspberries. Put on your diet and do it. Have your
Excellent, excellent. A great idea. So if you haven't caught that, because again, we're getting feedback from the audience that there's an echo in the background. So if I remember correctly, it's raspberries, oatmeal, and vitamin D from the sun. So if we can't get those sun from up north, definitely, use those capsules that would be able to help you with vitamin D, even in the gray dome of the Northeast or the Northwest. Definitely get outdoors, get into nature, and get vitamin D. So, a little bit about me going forward would be that, I was a nutritionist as well as a wellness specialist in a motivational center some time ago. And I realized that not only, as Julia said, that what you put into your body as far as nutrients, foods, ample sleep, and getting hydrated, but also it is the mindset. It is the mindset that is important that you must have. And Mr. Bob Proctor had mentioned that disease cannot live in a healthy, happy mind. So when you are not feeling right, when you are not feeling yourself, make sure that you have all the components, all of the elements that bring your spirits up, bring your frequency up, whether that be ambiance, that of all the five senses, of aromatherapy, or burning candles or incense, or even just having fresh cut flowers available, having peaceful serenity music or upbeat music for your vibration, your frequency, to get you happy, to get in a lightened mood. The other component would be the textures around you. If you're the type of person that likes the textures of, warm fuzzy blankets, soft silk, textures on the seat, or if you like to have a vision of looking at the water, looking out into nature, or just listening to a fountain. These are all components that allow you to change your mindset, to change your motivation, to change your mission in life. And as a personal accountability coach, this is what I tap into with the people that I connect with. My connection is truly that of importance, that of significance. It is, it, excuse me, it is most important to make sure that you have the energy And if there is a time that you need a break, whether it be in the office, at home, those of you working from home, allow yourself to get up and move around. A body in motion stays in motion, and that's most key. So, as Miss Julia had said, we are going to share with you how we connected. So, I'm going to bring Miss Julia back on, and we are going to listen to how we connected and where she is going. So, coming to center is Miss Julia Marie.
You can see working about people. See, you're right here. Whoop. I made all this possible by going networking and listening to my mentors. I created a notebook with facts in it. I mean, how many skincare brands do you know with 101? 101. So you know what? Where's my notebook? I do. And that's my niche. It's having 101 benefits from natural skincare based on facts, nutrition, counseling, and some personal training experience I've had in the past. I'm training to be a personal coach now, the personal trainer, and really getting benefits in people's lives because that's what we need. And we connected through Let's Brand. You know how I met Les Brown? 23 years ago, I saw Les Brown on TV. I love what this man says. Oh my gosh. Well, one day I got fed up with it, and I went in front of the car. And guess what? He was there when I woke up in brain anyhow. Les Brown on Sunday morning TV. So, I saw that as a sign, and was like, I've been waiting to meet this man. This is how I'm going to do it. So I turned my problem things by car and surviving, trying to kill myself, and turned it into the story I needed to meet Les Brown. Finally. He's my future teacher. I need to meet this man. 23 years, I went into 53 doctor's offices with my notes. When I went into doctor's office number 54, I now work here. And I manage the office, I do everything, the phone calls. I mean, if I was getting a phone call right now, I would take that phone. But, I'm in everything. Everything the doctor's not doing. And I'm managing my business, all because I went out there and started just asking for what I needed. And you know what? I found this amazing doctor who believed in me. His name is Dr. Jackson at a Castle Wellness. And my message to the world is just be nice, have fun, and be healthy and happy. But also take care of your environment. Take care of the environment around you. Take care of the environment outside of your house, in your garden. And the garden is where you're going to find your peace and community. Being able to breathe in that fresh air, being able to do things in the garden, being able to grow things. There's one thing to make a baby and have to raise kids, it's another thing to grow a plant and watch it grow into a big enormous tree and create fruits. Right? We all have our, things, but, grow a tree, money might come from it. And, yeah, just be happy. Happy, healthy. It's pretty, put the pretties on your face, and you can be in a happier place.
Absolutely excellent. Absolutely excellent. So it has took women of resilience, a women of perseverance to get you to where you are today. That you made the impossible pretty much be possible. And I remember when we connected and I had saw a post that Miss Julia Marie had posted about the frustrations of the just the false advertising, the falseness, the fakeness in the world. And it really resonated with me as I'm an empath. And I reached out and I had mentioned to her that I was really impacted by the post that she had wrote, how she confided in individuals to enhance the quality of life, to look up to get motivated, to get moving. And I made it my mission that during my journey, I wasn't going to set up false beliefs and expectations for individuals. And that's how we connected and have been connected as her coach and connection networking. And I was just so grateful to have, when I had done a global Zoom workshop, that Mr. Brown had graced us with his presence that day, and to see the full circle between Julia Marie's story and our connection, as well as Mr. Brown coming in as a cameo, was just absolutely amazing. So yeah, so it is possible. So a little bit more about me is, so coming back to my story was a little bit different. I had come from an underdeveloped country, as you may have heard, that of coming to Colombia, from Colombia during the cartel, and then coming to America with unconditional love and support of my family. And in doing so, it was just absolutely amazing. You know, when you are adopted and you are an orphan, you kind of come with these concerns of not feeling accepted, not feeling understood, not feeling loved. If your parents weren't able to love you, how are you able to love someone else? And I just put my foot in front of the other, and I decided that I was going to take the high road. I wasn't going to let my mistakes, my shortcomings be my barriers. So I persevered and practiced until progression. And I practice what I preach, and I preach what I practice. And I truly think that's something that we must take into great consideration. You know, both Julia and I have been through some tough times, to say the least. You wouldn't wish this upon any individual, but that's what makes us women that are warriors. We have struggled through our trials and tribulations, through the toughest times. We are miracles that have been made. And we began to, as I like to say, follow our heart and not the herd. But once you find who you truly are and who you resonate with, that is when you're going to be at your most powerful. That's when you're going to be most successful. And to be on this platform with Miss Julia is just, I thank her for being here, for having me and sharing this time together, because it just shows that, you know, from different backgrounds, different stories, that these are the ties that bond. These are the areas where you flourish, and like she says, you network and you find. I was able to find during Mr. Brown's course my family beyond borders, who understood me even more than my own family. So it has been definitely a great connection, to say the least, with everyone that I've connected with through Mr. Brown's Academy. Thereafter, to work and meet with the man in person was just absolutely amazing. So it is true full circle, to say the least, to follow your dreams, to follow your heart and not the herd. So I'm going to pass it back to Miss Julia, and she is going to share with you on the social handles that you can meet her and find her, and then I'll get back on and share mine as well. So I'm going to bring her back. Miss Julia, I would love for you to share with our audience how, you know, they can connect with you, what you have to offer, as well as where they can find you on social media and contact you, and what you have available for them. Go ahead.
Yes, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. Just look up Julia Marie and Fruityz. Fruityz, that's Fruityz. Fruityz, because with Fruityz on your face, you can be in a happier place. You can find me anywhere. Just type my name in search and look for my pretty sparkly brightness. I'll be there. Yeah. So just look me up. Oh, and I have a website. My website is topicalherbals.life. So topicalherbals.life. All right, and that's where you'll find me, Julia Marie. I am the herbal fairy.
Just realized my mic was off. Pardon me. And just realized that I am available. I am a personal accountability coach, and my website can be found on andreamasons.com. I can be found on social media platforms of Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. I have over 400 videos of daily content for every genre, every generation, everybody. And I look forward to connecting with you to choose in your life. Press play, plan life according to you. So on that note, I'm going to bring it back and we are going to say our final words. Thank you so much for being here, getting dirty with herbalist Julia Marie at topicalherbals.life
That life.
live at her website, and Andrea Mason's Press Play Plan Life According to You. Thank you so much. The information will be provided and this stream will be up shortly to comment. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Be well.
Peace.